Hello folks, I hope I'm visible and audible. I'm just going to do one round of tech checks before we get the show going, which I think we're probably a little early. I hope you can all see me and hear me. Please do comment saying I'm audible and clear as well. So I think both are important. We're going to have some fun, so better get our tech things sorted out. I'm just setting up my demo screen video thingy just to make sure that I can see what's happening. I'm going to shut this down as soon as I start this. I don't have the ability to do 2-3 things at the same time. I'm going to just see the comments and make sure and kind of reassure myself that the tech is working. AV is good. Thanks, Raghu. Lovely. That's super helpful. AV is good. Audio and video are good. Hope the volume is loud enough. Hope I don't have to shout and scream. AV clear. Hashrothi. Lovely, lovely. AV clear. Madhav Kalra saying, Cobra saying with the giant thumbs up. Everything's looking normal, Som Prakash, lovely. All the best, Suvarshna. Thank you, Suvash. Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing wonderful. Lovely. Before we even start off on this, many thanks to the team at IIM for having set this up. I think Akib and Pranav have done a wonderful job doing the YouTube thing. I think Jatin chimed in and did a bunch of things, and Raghu and Bala and Hitesh and Ram, everybody stepped up and said, look, let's somehow get this going, technologically and otherwise. And a big thanks to IMS. And so, contrary to what people think, you guys in the coaching industry actually get along rather well. And so it's so easy to pick up the phone and have a conversation. And we generally give them a call and say, Kya chal raha hai, what's happening, how's business, how's life, hope things are fine. When you come here, let's catch up. When we come there, we'll grab a coffee. So it's actually a very easy conversation to have with Team IMS. Wonderful folks. They're always courteous, polite. And they've done quite a bit of chunk helping us to kind of do this and given us access and said, look, let's try this. It's something meaningful. Let's come together and do this. I don't know. Me time to IIM mock is not such a wild idea, not such a wildly wrong idea, but it seems that much juicier if it's from some other provider. So it's many thanks for IMS. I think Tony played a role. I think Hemang has done the brickwork and saying, look, let's make sure that this happens. We're hoping to have one more session about 3 weeks from now. That will be on the IMS YouTube channel. We want to try a slightly different format. I think Pranav said the other format with the screen and not the full TV. That's going to be better. Right? Once again, we'll probably go live and start to take the test in about 4 or 5 minutes from now. It is going to be sometimes, I think, especially when we're doing reading comprehension and logical reasoning, we'll go to a point where when I'm solving, I toggle to a different screen. Technologically, what am I planning to do? I'm planning to do this, to write. When I need to write, I'm planning to go to that screen. When I'm solving, I'm planning to be on the screen. So obviously, I'll toggle, which means you guys will be able to see the question screen or my solving screen, not both. So sometimes it helps to have maybe 2 streams open to say, hey, one I'll pause, so to see the logical reasoning puzzle, I'll open that and pause it so that I can see that. And then other one I'm listening into to the answer or seeing what the answer is, see how the solving part is fine. I'm just having one look at the chat. All the best and greetings. Lovely. Many thanks for your best wishes. To be very honest, I'm very. Which mock are you attempting? I'm attempting mock 11. I'm actually a little nervous doing this live, but I keep telling myself, look, this is not the material exam, right? I'm not really that worried about the score. These days, I'm not that concerned about the score. This is a mock exam, right? So it's on live on YouTube. So I hope I don't embarrass myself. But that apart, the score should have less of a context than the experience of saying, hey, can I look through somebody else's head and say how he or she is processing this exam? And the idea is to say, walk through how I'm taking some of the decisions. Some of this will be probably relevant to you. Some will be like, look, I don't think like this. I really like that question. Maybe he doesn't. I would still have tried that. Or you go, look, I wouldn't have tried that question at all. It seems insanely tough. I don't know why he's doing it. So have probably an attempt to see whether we can have a kind of a proxy experience to see how the whole thing pans out. And many thanks for your wishes. I'm hoping I don't embarrass myself, and I'm hoping we have a good time having fun. Chavi Agarwal, will the recording be available? Yeah, it will be available. It's on YouTube, so we're not trying to remove it. Vishnu Vardhan Kolla is at it. Right? Forget about the score, guys. I'm not going to engage in a discussion about scores. I'm not going to get into that chat right now. I'm not worried about the score, at least not as much as I used to be when I was younger. And so I'm not going to get drawn into a discussion on score. Let's have some fun. Let's hopefully the technology and our internet gods and our power gods stay with us so that we have some fun. I'm going to tile this chat window down, so I'll no longer be able to hear your chat. I think Chatin and Akib and Ram are available on chat, the team 2 IM. So if something is funny or amiss, they'll be able to tell me. I do have my phone with me. Something really goes wrong, guys, please do call me or come in and say. Hopefully nothing will go wrong throughout an entire stretch. So it should be fun. I'm just seeing my chat window. All good, all good. Lovely. So let's maybe we're at 8:03, maybe one more minute, and then we'll start doing this. Lovely. I'm just having Abhishek Kumar saying, what's your strongest section? Easily quant. I'm fundamentally a math guy. I learned and started to like reading probably into my 20s. I used to read throughout. I used to read novels and books and all of that. But my jobs and my MBA nudged me to read more and more. So I got progressively more comfortable with verbal because I read all kinds of crap. So I read so much that I'm rather more comfortable with the language now than I used to be before. But I'm fundamentally a math guy. Logical reasoning is my bugbear section. I hope the good folks at IMS have set an easy logical reasoning paper for SimCAT. Otherwise, I'm going to give Hemang and Tony a call and say, why have a go at them for embarrassing me. Tesh is saying, why I am stressed? Usually, this whole funda of having somebody else go through an experience is sometimes more stressful, which is why coaches get blood pressure. I've seen my son playing football and it makes me nervous. And he plays rather well, but it makes me nervous. So I can see that. I can see that happening. Because you can't control the variable. You still feel like when I'm going to mark a wrong choice and you know it's wrong, I'm sure some of you are saying, please don't mark B. It's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen too much today. Chalo, I think we're good to go. I'm going to start this. I promise we will have some time to come back to at the end. So I think we'll finish by 10:10 or thereabouts. We will take out some time and say, hey, nice, we'll take about 10-15 minutes of questions at the end of it. So how to prepare for this, how to do that, when should do this, what mocks work, how should we do our mock analysis, a bunch of questions, not like an hour of it, 10-15 minutes of it at the end of this. Right now I'm going to jump in. Fine. I hope I have a green signal from the guys, good folks at 2IM. Akib, Jatin and Ram, I hope things are fine. Otherwise, do ping me on call. I'm shutting myself off from both YouTube chat and WhatsApp. I'm going to be doing this. Lovely. Akib has set this up. I'm going to say start and hope this works fine. Akib did teach me how to do this. I was a little nervous whether it's going to work properly. Lovely. This is going to be the size of our screen. I'm assuming all this is just normal stuff, nothing new, nothing dramatic. I'm going to stand here by and large so that the entire screen is visible. This part is just the typical website thing. It rather works nicely for co-branding with the IMS logo there. Nice. And the good folks at IMS, I hope you're all, some of you have tuned in at least. Many thanks. And next time around, 3 weeks from now, we're going to do a session. Please do somehow try to scramble across a t-shirt for us. We will keep that in mind. Lovely. Let's go to this. I'm assuming they have not written anything here, which is atypical. So I'm going to say I'm ready to begin. We're good to go on chat, good to go on our OBS streaming software. All good. Let's start. Lovely. Good to go. We're starting at 8:07. I want to finish by 10:10. I think we should be lovely. Surveys of financial wealth, such as those reported in Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, are a poor measure of the economic well-being of student loan borrowers. I'm not going to read out aloud. I hope you guys can see it. It's taken me a while to process even the first paragraph. Student loan borrowers is the theme. Accurate understanding of overall financial services. Fine. I'm comfortable with this territory. I like economics. I like finance. I'm diving in. I like the numbers part of it. So I'm diving in. I didn't understand the first paragraph that well. I don't understand the last paragraph that well. When a counterintuitive but essential fact of the impact of debt relief is that the benefit you gain from having your debt discharged is equal to the amount you would have paid, not the amount you can't or don't have to pay. Okay, I don't understand that too well, but we'll live with it. Basically, I think this is a very interesting point. I hadn't thought about this. Basically saying debt relief as an idea does not understand the value of the asset of a degree. Right? That's the crux of it. According to the author, the SCF measure of economic well-being of student borrowers is flawed for all of these reasons, except it calculates the net worth of student borrowers and their loans at face value. It ignores the fact that student borrowers belong to higher income households. It assumes that the student who incurred a debt got nothing in return. That is true. It ignores the fact that student loan borrowers have high levels of lifetime wealth. That's also true. It ignores the fact that student borrowers belong to higher income households. I don't know where that comes. It calculates the net worth of student borrowers and their loans at face value. Future value of additional education. Calculate the net worth of student borrowers and their loans at face value. It does this, it does this, it does this. I don't think there is a mention of higher income households anywhere. There is implied here, and who's being a doctor, who's just not getting a college degree, but there is no direct link to higher income household. That's what I'm going for. Go to the next one. It can be inferred from the second paragraph that what the paragraph go to college, higher wages over human capital. You don't need to be an economist to understand that education has value. Economic opportunity is a reason. Higher education helps in the creation of highly competent experts. Not so sure. People get money. Expert will come to that. High school diplomas by design are unsuitable for the demands of the labor market. That's not being said. Students who only have a high school diploma cannot earn as much as graduates do. No. College graduation guarantees job opportunities to the majority of students. Higher education helps in the creation of highly competent experts. I don't think B and C, these two are wrong. Highly competent experts. The whole paragraph talks about the financial impact, monetary value, rather on return on investment rather than expertise. So not this. College graduation guarantees job opportunities to the majority of students. Which of the following, if true, most seriously weakens the negative wealth argument of the advocates of debt forgiveness? Arguing the recent college graduates with student debt have negative wealth and are therefore worse off than otherwise similar Americans who have not gone to college. If true, most seriously weakens the negative. If true, weakens the negative wealth argument. Graduates with student debt take up jobs that have higher initial salaries but lower potential wage growth. I need to understand this question. Which of the following, if true, most seriously weakens the negative wealth argument? The negative wealth argument is they are worse off. So they are worse off has to be taken off. The answer should say they are better off. Graduates with student debt take up jobs that have higher initial salaries but lower potential wage growth. No. There's a significant wealth disparity between student borrowers and those who never went to college at every age group and especially in their working ages. I like this. Wages and wealth have been growing at similar rates and outpace the cost of loans and overall inflation. No. Student debt forgiveness should be based on the wealth and earning potential of the borrower rather than on the borrower's income. That's not what this is. That doesn't counter this. That may be true. There is a significant wealth disparity between student borrowers and those who never went to college at every age group and especially in their working ages. I'm assuming wealth disparities towards the people who have borrowed. They're better. Those who never went to college at every age group and especially in their working ages. Correct. It's wealth disparity. So if you go to college, you're better off over your working career. That weakens that argument. Nice. This is the part. I hated that sentence in its back. A counterintuitive but essential fact of the impact of debt relief is that the benefit you gain from having your debt discharged is equal to the amount you would have paid, not the amount you can't or don't have to pay. The benefit you gain from having your debt discharged is equal to the amount you would have paid, not the amount you can't or don't have to pay. The benefit of debt relief is equal to the amount of loan that is waived and not to the total amount of loan. Essential fact, debt is the benefit you gain from having your debt discharged is equal to the amount you would have paid, not the amount you can't or don't have to pay. Financially, those who can repay the loan benefit more by debt relief than those who cannot repay. Yes. If you anyway can't repay, then you wouldn't have not the amount you can't or don't have to pay. It is against common sense that no one would derive any benefit from debt relief. No. It is essential that debt relief be extended not only to those who cannot pay, but to those who can pay as well. No. The benefit you gain from having your debt discharged is equal to the amount you would have paid, not the amount you can't or don't have to pay. I'm not really sure about this. I'm taking a chance. Lovely. How am I doing on time? I'm doing really slowly. I need to amp up my speed. The problem is that conventional moral thinking about animal ethics is unsound. Animals are chattel property. The concepts of humane treatment and necessary suffering are largely meaningless as moral concepts. They're primarily economic concepts that in reality translate into very little protection for animals. Moreover, the idea that killing animals is not a serious issue as long as animals are not made to suffer rests explicitly on the widely accepted idea that animals do not have a morally significant interest in continuing to live. And that is nothing more than an anthropocentric stipulation. Lovely. Animals don't care about living as long as they are not hurt. A lovely sentence. Before the 19th century, at least in the West, animals were largely excluded from the moral and legal community. Lovely, beautiful, beautiful. I like this passage. Basically saying, initially we said they have no obligation except to the owner of the animal, and then it turned around because of this Jeremy Bentham guy. Let's know this. All the following, if true, would support the conventional moral thinking on animal ethics, except poultry farms raise poultry in a humane environment before they are killed quickly and painlessly and processed as meat. Shearing of sheep for commercial reasons is known to cause no discernible suffering to the sheep. This is true. Yeah. Most communities look after their cows really well. They're sent to licensed slaughterhouses only after their milk production stops. To produce milk on an ongoing basis, dairy cows are continuously impregnated, causing severe strain on their bodies. Conventional moral thinking. The idea that killing animals is not a serious issue as long as animals are not made to suffer rests explicitly on the widely accepted idea that animals do not have a significant. So this one, they are made to suffer. The other three, they're sent to licensed slaughterhouses, no discernible suffering, kill quickly and painlessly. Killing is fine, suffering is bad. That's the conventional thinking. Which of the following most likely reflect the views of the West on vegetarianism before the 19th century? Which is incomplete unless the same kindness is extended to human beings as well. Reflects the moral imperative that animals that are consumed as food be given humane treatment and killed without inflicting suffering. Because animals are chattel property, one had a legal obligation not to hurt them the way one would not destroy the property of another. Animals could be transacted, destroyed or consumed like commodities. Vegetarianism did not reflect any higher morality. Yes, this would be the thing. View of the West. Animals were largely excluded from moral and legal community. They did not, so vegetarianism had nothing. It can be inferred from the theological view of animals was that theological view. Animals were inferior beings unlike human beings. Animals were not God's creations. God created animals for man's benefit. Not sure about this. We're not created in God's image, that's right. Animals were mere commodities that man could consume. Animals supposedly were not reasonable, self-aware. Primary focus was on cognition. Were not God's creations is wrong. God created animals for man's benefit. No. It's not to justify our treating them as having no moral value. They're mere commodities that man could consume. We're inferior beings, unlike humans. I'm torn between A and D, the first one and the last one. Thought to justify our treating them as having no moral value. No moral value, so only commodities. Yeah, that works. Jeremy Bentham is likely to agree with all of the following, except it is necessary to avoid pointless cruelty to animals. Yes. Blackness of the skin is no reason to make us humans suffer. Yes. Domestication of animals raises moral concerns. I don't think he'll agree with that. Not. Animals should be given equal consideration in moral theory. As long as the animal was sentient or subjectively aware and could suffer, that animal's interest in not suffering mattered morally. Ignoring that suffering because the species of the being was no more defensible morally than ignoring human suffering based on race. Domestication of animals raises moral concerns. I don't know if domestication raises should be given equal consideration in moral theory. I don't think he suggests equal consideration, but that's still there. Should be given some consideration. How many questions are there? Let me see this. I think probably I should move it a little bit here. This goes off like that. So 22 questions. Let me see. I don't think I'm doing too badly on time. I don't know. Where's the timer? Okay. 24 minutes. Oh, there's mathematics in this. I should read this. Precisely by the fact that No, it has mathematics in it, but I'm not able to really grab this. So I'm going to skip this. 9, 10, 11, 12, go to 13. Ooh, this is annoying me. Yeah. Push this to the side. We found explanations of diseases such as for degenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, but no medical test can confirm a condition such as depression or schizophrenia. Lovely passage on mental illness and physical illness. According to the passage, it's wrong to conclude that biology is not the prime cause of mental illness. Wrong to conclude that biology is not the prime cause. Okay, mental disorders do not always fit within the definition of a single diagnosis. That is correct. That is spot on. Diagnosis often aggravates the conditions of patients with mental disorders. It's confusing. DSM helps psychiatrists in fully validated diagnosis of mental disorders. No, it doesn't. It just gives them a manual to read from with clusters of symptoms. Do not always fit within the definition of a single diagnosis. This is correct. This is spot on. It's very tough to do the diagnosis, what they are saying. Laundry list comes in. It's subjective. Do not always fit into a traditional template. That's correct. This I don't even understand. So I'm going to leave that. Author calls diagnosis in psychiatry just a descriptive term. Where does he call it descriptive term? Okay. Mental disorders include a wide range of overlapping symptoms. Yes. It is merely a description provided by the patient with mental disorders. This is spot on. It merely corresponds to the description provided in the textbooks. No. The biological basis of mental disorders cannot be identified through tests. I like this, but this seems more appropriate. It is merely a description. Diagnosis is just a descriptive term, a poor descriptive term. What the patient describes is effectively the diagnosis, what you call comes out of the basket. The biological basis of mental disorders cannot be identified through tests. It's correct, this is correct, but I think it's merely a description provided by the patients with mental disorder. That I don't know. Mental disorders include a wide range of overlapping symptoms. That's also correct. Diagnosis is just a descriptive term. It just describes what you're going through, does not talk about the underlying. It talks about the symptom and what you feel rather than the underlying. Not this. This is true, but I don't think it's just appropriate. I'm going to go with this, but I'm not sure about this at all. Which of the following can be validly inferred from paragraph 3? People say mental illness are just like physical one. They often mean well. They want to say that mental suffering should not be minimized. Depression is a mental disorder is often a case of overdiagnosis. No. Diagnosis of physical ailments and mental disorders are equally arbitrary. No. The cause of a physical or mental ailment is irrelevant to diagnosis. No. Psychiatry projects societal and economic issues as a medical issue. No. I'm not having any of these. Depression as a mental disorder is often a case of overdiagnosis. No, that's not the point. That's not what they are inferring. Diagnosis of physical ailments and mental disorders are equally arbitrary. Dicey. I'm going to go with this, because others are very dicey. The cause of a physical or mental ailment is irrelevant to diagnosis. No, that's not what paragraph 3 is saying in any case. According to the author, which of the following is the most complicated factor to consider in mental disorders? Equating mental and medical disorders. No such thing. The language used by psychiatrists, altering the individual's self-perception, personal values of the patient. What it feels like to be told you have a mental disorder. The most complicated one, what it feels like. So, altering the individual's self-perception, that's the biggest issue. Nice. I think we're done with the passages. I don't know how we are doing on time. 17 minutes remaining. Let's do a few of these and maybe come back to that passage if we do really well on time. The 4 sentences below, when properly sequenced, yield a coherent paragraph. Decide on the proper sequencing of the order of the sentences and key in the numbers. Over the next 2 decades, Ballmer held various posts as Microsoft grew into one of the most powerful and profitable companies in American history. In 1980, he left school to become a business manager for Bill Gates, a friend from Harvard who dropped out of school and co-founded Microsoft. After working for 2 years at consumer product company Procter & Gamble as product manager, he attended Stanford University School of Business. Ballmer graduated from university in 1977 with a bachelor's degree in mathematics and economics. This is 1977. After working for 2 years at Procter & Gamble, he attended Stanford. He left school to become a business manager over the next 2 decades. Lovely. I'm going to go for 4. It's 1977. Then he works for 3 years, 2 years, and then goes to Stanford. The timeline works. 1979, he joined school, leaves at 1980 to join Bill Gates. Over the next 2 decades, it was just 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm rather happy with this. Sentence rearrangement, decide on the proper sequencing. Reading literature has helped to keep my mind nimble and my eyes always to be shifting their angle of view. All novelists try to get closer to truth, and they do somehow, but perspective matters, and no one perspective accomplishes everything. At other times, however, the machine perspective is the correct one. It is the same for doctors. Relying solely on the machine perspective would have caused me to miss early diagnosis of my patient's illness. All novelists try to get closer to the truth. Same for doctors, relying solely on machine perspective would have caused me to miss early diagnosis of my patient's illness. 2/4 sequence. Reading literature has helped to keep my mind nimble and my eyes always to be shifting their angle of view. All novelists try to get closer to the truth, and they do somehow, but perspective matters, and no one perspective accomplishes everything. It is the same for doctors, relying solely on the machine perspective would have simply been. Okay, 2, 4, 3 is a sequence. I can see that. I don't know where 1 comes. Reading literature. Reading literature always to be shifting their angle of view. I'm going to go with 2, 4, 3, 1. I'm not really happy with where 1 is sitting, but 2, 4, 3 is a good sequence. All novelists, same for doctors, Sometimes machine doesn't work, other times machine works. 2-4-3 is a very powerful sequence. You have to go with either 1-2-4-3 or 2-4-3-1. Starting with reading literature and then going all novelists. I think that's more as a concluding statement than a starting statement. So 2-4-3-1 it is. Alternate summaries. We go to the next one. 19 I've skipped. 20. Odd one now. Let me try this. Governments can also be classified by mode of succession, for example, by the rules of hereditary succession or by elections or by force. The word government derives ultimately from the Greek verb kubernao, meaning to steer with gubernaculum or rudder. Governments can be classified in any number of ways. They vary in terms of the laws and rules of conduct that each political entity follows. Derives from this, they can be classified in any number of ways, classified like this, vary in terms of laws and rules of conduct. 4 is unusual. I'm going to skip 4. I'm going to select 4. Now I'm at a crossroads. I have 4 more questions like this, but now I'm tempted. I'm doing reasonably well on time. I'm going to jump at passage number 9. Maybe a decision I will come to regret later on. What is life without a few risks? Right. The peculiar character of the problem of a rational economic order is determined precisely by the fact that knowledge of the circumstances of which we must make Lovely. The first paragraph is a little vague, but later on it talks about, I think, capitalism, socialism, and monopolistic societies. Fine. So the first paragraph is like, it's about cognitive range. If I don't know something, how do I process it? I don't know why we marked this choice. According to the author, rational economic order is mainly constrained by the enormous of available relevant information. That is true. Lack of complete knowledge of circumstance at one source. That is correct. The contradictory nature of knowledge which separate individuals. Incomplete and contradictory. The use of mathematics in economic theory. I really think that's a weakness, but we're not going to talk about that. The question paragraph doesn't concern what I have. Dispersed bits of incomplete and frequently contradictory knowledge which the separate individuals possess. It's mainly constrained by it's not just the contradictory nature of knowledge which separate individuals. Enormous is not the key. Lack of complete knowledge or circumstances at one source. That is true. It's either between B and C, mainly constrained by. Never exists in concentrated or integrated form, but solely as a dispersed bits of incomplete. I think like both of these are linked. Very interesting. Lack of complete knowledge of circumstances at one source. Not source but form. I'm going to go with this. All of the following, if false, would undermine the arguments in the first paragraph, except if false. If true, would help. Economic policy is based on scattered knowledge, true. Mathematical models in economic theory do not correspond to the real world. Policy is not based on a compendium of complete knowledge, that is true. If true, it reinforce. Big data analytics can consolidate data into a single source and analyze it. If true, would help. No. If false, would undermine. If true, would help is what I'm interpreting it as. Economics policy is based on scattered knowledge, it reinforces. Do not correspond to the real world. Yes. Policy is not based on a compendium of complete knowledge. Yes. True. Can consolidate data into a single source and analyze it, but knowledge of the circumstances is not available. This is contradictory, so this is the one. If false, if this true, would help it. All the following, if false, would undermine. If true, would help. Except this, yeah, this one is correct. Which of the following best describes planning as explained by the author? Nice. Planning necessarily implies planning is the complex set of decisions about the most efficient distribution of allocation of resources. Planning implies knowledge management to enable better decision making and economic efficiency. It's complex regarding economic activities that are directed towards a particular goal. As explained by the author, saying planning in the specific terms of use, direction of the whole in one uniform plan. Very clear, this is the answer. I would go with that definitely. Which of the following would the author agreed with? The success of an economic system depends on the use of existing knowledge. Yeah. Centrally planned economies experience less informational constraints. No. Decentralized economies produce better economic outcomes. No. Delegation of planning to organized industries ensures fuller use of existing knowledge. Effectively, monopoly, halfway house. The success of economic system depends on the use of it. This and this, he doesn't say. Fuller use, better economic outcome, less informational constraints. He doesn't pass a judgment on centrally planned or non-centrally planned. It depends on the use of existing knowledge. That seems the most reliable. Let's jump to 21. How much time do we have? 4 minutes, maybe 1 or 2 questions. 5 jumbled up sentences, 4 of them can be put together. Identify the odd one out. It is true that in law as in life, substance inheres through process. The law doesn't deliver justice simply by claiming it will, any more than a person becomes wise by asserting their own wisdom. A wise person is tested by time and by practice, by consistently doing and saying things that others recognize to be morally sound and practically useful. Similarly, the measure of justice for a modern legal system is whether it upholds in practice the values through which it justifies. have no idea, but preventive detention, jargon, not discussed anywhere, so I'm going to go for it. Let me see. An early scientific 1-2 is a powerful link. Not at all comfortable with this. Since it's theta, I'm going for it. I don't have much time. Let me see if I'm not leaving any theta question. Okay, 3 questions. Any vigorous living society has a constant competition between progress, new technology. The tension is all important. That really helps. Social disintegration. Yeah. Let's see. We're in gambling territory now. Anyway, I hope the answer that I marked was wrong. Jump this. Oops. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K. This is too large. I'm just trying to find out which questions are 6 each and which are 4. You see this? This seems like my territory, a little bit of math, a little bit of puzzle, 6 questions. I'm going to gamble, and after which I'm going to go to the Sushant thing. Fine. Shift this like this. Lovely. Every year, several research papers are written in national as well as international journals on foreign trade of India. The following chart gives a sum of the total number of papers, national and international journals combined, published in the given 3-year period from 16 to 20. 16 plus 18 plus 20 is 4920. 17 plus 19 plus 20 is this. 16, 17, 18 is this. 18, 19, 20 is this. 26, 27, 29, 19 is this. Nice. 16 to 20. 16 is featured in 3 things. 17 is featured in 3 things. 18 in 3 things. 3 into 5, 15. 5 into 3, 15. 5C3 is 10. In some combination, everything is coming in. Okay. Nice. Okay. Additionally, the following points are known. The sum of the number of research papers published in international journals 16, 18 and 20. 16, 18, 20 was 2170. Okay. International journals 16, 17, 18. 16, 17, 18 was 2580. The ratio of number of research papers in national journals to that in international journals in the 5 years from 16 to 20, 37 is to 52, 1 is to 1, 48 is to 25, 55 is to 39, 5 is to 3 in some order. Let's do this. I'm getting the hang of this. I think you should cooperate better. Okay. 16, 18, 20 is 4920. Nice. This is going to be a pain. 5 into 3, all combinations of 5C3, there are 10 combinations. What are sitting here? You want to know? 16, 16, 16, yes. 18, 18, 18, 17, 17, 17, 19, 19, 19, 20, 20, 20. So if I add everything up, I should get sum of all 5 into 5. So 4920, see, 5640, 5320, 5640, 5320. This is paining me. 5640, 5320, 5020, 5740. 5020, 5740. Add everything up. 60, 80, 120, 140. Yeah. 0, 4, 1, 7, 10, 17, 7, 1, 5. Just 25. 2, 5, 7, 40 divided by 5. Just 5, 1, 4, 8. Sorry, I have to divide by 3, not by 5. Apologies for that. This is 8, 17 is 5, 24 is 8, 8580. Lovely. So 8580 is the sum. So 17 and 19, let me write this down. 8580, 4920. This is a pain. 60, 15 minus 9 is 6 and 3960. Eight, 5, 8, 0 minus, oopsie, I shouldn't have gone for this hyper mathematical thing. Equation writing is a pain. 5, 6, 4, 0, 40, 9, 2940. Yeah. 17 plus 19 is 3960. 16 plus 18. 2940. Add this, we'll get 0, 0, 1, 10, 19, 9, 1, 6, 9, 0, 0. Subtract from 8580 subtract 6. 8. 8580 minus 6900, 80, 15 minus 6. So 2020 is 1680. Leave out 20, 19 and 20 put together. 19 and 20 put together. 8580 minus 5320. 3260, 19 and 20 put together. From that subtract 1680. Will be an 80 that goes here. 11 minus 6 is 5. 1580. 19 is 1580. Lovely. I think we are through here. $19 is 1580. 20 is 1680. I hope I've not made any calculation mistakes. 1580, 1680. This whole thing is a right royal pain. 19 and 20 we've got. 18 we can get. Add these two, subtract from 5020. Add these two. 60, 6 plus 6 is 12, 2, 1, 3260. Yep. From 5020, subtract 3260. 12 minus 6 is 6, 9 minus 2 is 7, 1760. 19 and 20 add up to 3260. 17, 19 and 20 is 5640. 5640 minus 3260. 80, 5 minus 2 is 3. 17 is 2380. 16, 19, 20, 16, 17, 19. 17 and 19 is 2380, 1580, 06, 14 plus 5, 9, 3960. Subtracted from 5740. 5740 minus 3960. This is 80. 16 minus 9 is 7. 780. Yeah, this seems to add up. 16 would be 1780. This is the total number of papers. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just going to do one quick check. Add all of this up. 8, 16, 22, 30, 38. 8, 3, 10, 13, 20, 25, 31, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 1, 8, 0, and I've made a big mistake somewhere. Because it added up magically to 8580, and I've got 9180, not even in the same ballpark. I add all of these up, divide by 3, add to 2500. We do this addition again. 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 4, 1, 10, 16, 19, 19 plus 7, 26. 2, 26640, 26640 divided by 3. This makes it 8. Again, another 8. 26, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 0. Lovely, brilliant. This is so good. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. So it is 8880. Oh, I hate myself. So 17 plus 19. Numbers are also so much friendlier. 8880 minus 4920. 69, 3960, 17 and 19 put together. Subtract that from 5640. 5640 minus 3960 is 80. 15 minus 9 is 6. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1680 is 2020. So 2020 is 1680. 5640 minus 3960. Yep. 80, 18, 1. Yep, that adds up. 1680 is 2020. So 18 plus 19 we can find. 18 plus 19, where else is there? Not available anywhere. 20 we have found. 18 plus 19 is here. 16 plus 18. We can find 16 plus 18 and 17 plus 19. Where else is 17 plus 19 here? 5740 minus this. 5740 minus 3960 and 80. 16 minus 9 is 7. 1780. 17 plus 19, so 2016 I can find. 17 plus 19 is there. 17, 19 and 16 is this. So 2016 number we can find. 2016 number is 1780. 2016 is 1780. 16 and 20 we have. 16 and 20 we can add up and subtract from 4920. 1780, 1680, 06, 1441. Subtract from 4920, 3460. 68 minus 4 is 4. 1460 is 2018. In 18 we have 20 and 18 we have 19 we can find. 20 plus 18 subtract from there 5020 minus sum of these two. These two add up to 0, 4, 1, 5 plus 6, 11, 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 0 subtracted from 18 and from 5020. 0, 8, 9 minus 1 is 8, 1880. You need to get the 17 numbers. 17, 19, 20 is 5640. 19, 20 is 0, 6. 9 plus 6, 15, 5, 1, 3. Subtracted from 5640. 0, 8. 5 minus 5 is 0, 2080. 17 numbers are the highest. Yep, they're highest. It looks like they should add up. I don't even have the willingness to add all of this up. 16, 22, 30, 38, 0, 8, 3, 10, 14, 20, 28. Yes. Yeah. Yep. It looks like it should add up. So these are the numbers. Now let's go to the ratios. Some of the research papers, international journals. In international, 16, 18 and 20 was 2170. 37 is to 52, 1 is to 8, 40 is to 25, 55 is to 39, 5 is to 3 in some order. Why do they do this to us? 48 is to 25, 73. If I had a calculator, this will be super useful. I do have a calculator. So 178 by 73, 208 by 73, 1460 by 73. This by 73 would work. So I need to erase all of this. This is a pain. I simply don't like this. 25 is to 73 is 48 is to 25. National to international. Nice. $55 is to 39, 65, 75, 85, 94. Is there a multiple of 94? 188. So 55 is to 39. Lovely. So I can find these numbers. 48 into 96. This is 960 plus 500. 55 into 1100 and 780. Nice. 37 is to 52. 30 plus 50, this is 89. I should have a 89 into 2, 1780. That works brilliant. I'm really liking this. 37 is to 52 is here. Into 2, this is 740 and 1040. Nice. Now we are on to something. Total number of research papers in international journals was 2170, 18, 16, 18, 20. 16, 18, 20 adds up to 2. I hate this. 2170 international, 16, 18, 20. This is international, 16, 18, 20. 2170 minus 1540. 0, 30, 11 minus 6, 5 is 6, 630. So 2020 is 630. This is 1050. Yes, yes, yes. So this number should be 1:1, 1040, 1040. It should all add up. Now I think we've got the answers, notwithstanding my round trip. Okay. Total number of papers published in national and international journals in 2020. 1680. Published in national journals in 2018. 2018 national 960. By what percentage was the total number of papers combined in 2017 greater than the total number of papers in 2017 and 19? 17 greater than 19. 120, 200 divided by 1880. 20 by 188. 10 by 94. Don't do this to me. Ten by 94. I can't do this. 94 by 10 by 94 is 12.83 by 100. It seems high. No. My instinct is deserting me all at the same time. Which of the following is the number of research papers published in national journals in 19 to 20? National 19 to 20, 1100 to 1050, 110 to 105, 22 is to 21. Hopefully that's there in the choices, 22 is to 21. Yep, now I'm happy. The number of years papers published in international journals in the year 2016 was International Journal 2016 1040. Suppose M is the sum of research papers published in national journals from 2016-20, number of international journals from 16 to 20, M minus N. This is national 0, 5, 6 plus 4, 10, 14, 19, 9, 1, 8, 17, 18, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 9, 0. This is 0, 11, 15, 19, 9, 1, 6, 13, 19, 9, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 9, 9, 0. I'm going to add these two just to make sure that I've not made some. Yeah. 4, 8, 9, 0 minus 3, 9, 9, 0. Lovely. 0, 0. 18 minus 9 is 9, 900. Lovely. I'm going to go to this 4-question set. Math teacher, hopefully math teacher sets don't desert us. That thing is very cruel. Should have got it right at the first go. Then all these transitions, I'm going to blame them on that. Relation number games to the students. A. On a particular day, he distributed 6 number cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 among his students P, Q, R, S, T, U in the given order. Each student got exactly 1 card. P, Q, R to exchange their number cards with one another in such a way that none of them had the initial number card. P, Q and S to exchange their number cards in the same manner. Q, S, T, same manner, gave the following hints to U and asked him to give his number card 6 to the student who had number card 5 with him after the 3rd round. No student other than you did any activity in the 4th round. Gave the following hints. What hints? No other student other than you did any activity in the 4th round. Only those students to whom the teacher asked to exchange cards in the first 3 rounds did so. PQR, PQS, QST. Nice. At the end of round 3, none among P, Q, R, S and T had the same number card that he or she got initially. At the end of round 2, none among P, Q and S had the same number card that he or she got initially. Mr. Sushant gave the following hint. Oh, he gives, what is the hint he gave? Okay, this is not such a great set. I'm going to look at one. A player who hits a century in one of the first 3 matches gets an opportunity to play in one more match out of the remaining 3. Similarly, a player who hits a century in 2 or 3 of the first 3 matches gets an opportunity to play in 2 or all 3 more matches out of the remaining 3 respectively. The player who are not given an opportunity to play are replaced. Only B played all 6 matches. 5 players played in exactly 5 matches. The number of players out of the 11 players mentioned who hit a match 1, 3 and 2. 1, 3 and 2 is an arithmetic progression in that order. Wow. Okay. 5 players got 2 or more centuries. 5 into 2 or more So these 5 players could have scored anything between 10 to 15 centuries. One, 3, 2 in that order. Okay, 1, 3, 2. Only B has played all the 6 matches in the tournament. So B scored at least 2 centuries. 5 players played exactly 5 matches in the tournament. So these 5 have got 2 or 3 centuries totally. One century. It's a century in 2 or 3 of the first 3 matches, gets an opportunity to play 2 or 3 more matches, the remaining 3. 1 century means only 1 match. So these 5 players scored anywhere between 10 to 15 centuries. The remaining 6 is to play in 1 more match. Remaining 5 players. Only B played all 6. So B scored 2 or 3 centuries. The remaining 5 players, all the 11 players, first 3 matches, depending on the number of centuries they get to play. Similarly, a player who hits a century in 2 or 3 of the first 3 matches, 2 or 3. Okay, 2 or 3. Oh, lovely. 5 players exactly, respectively. Oh, brilliant. So B scores 3 centuries. 4 more players scored 2 centuries each. B got 3 plus 8. 11 centuries we have accounted for. The remaining 5 players could have got anywhere from 0 to 5 centuries. Right? 11 we have accounted for, 0 to 5 are remaining, where they would have played 1 or 0, no centuries. The total should be a multiple of 3, because the 3 terms are in AP. So the total number of centuries is either 12 or 15. Of the remaining 5 players, either 1 got a century or 4. Remaining 5 players who did not get 2 centuries or more, either 1 of them got or 4 of them got. The total could be 5 or total could be 12 or 15. Nice. Brilliant. Now this is a framework I like. 1, 3 and 2 are in arithmetic. Number of players who hit a century in match 3. 1, 3 and 2 are in AP. So let's go to the 1, 3 and 2. Either 4 or 5. With the total is 12. The number of players who hit a century in match 3 is double the number of players who hit a century in match 1. Lovely. It is 4, 2, 2, 4, 6. Nice. Nice. Number of players who hit a century in match 2 is 6. 2, 4, 6 is. Now we've got the hang of this. If only 1 among the 11 players scored a century in match 1, nice, only 1, that means it's 12. That means it's this 2, 4, 6. How many players hit a century in match 2? If only 1 among the 11 players hit a century in match 1, okay, so this is 1, 1, 4, 7 or 1, 5, 9. The total, the match 1 is 1. It is match 1, match 3, match 2. This is 4 or 5. It is either 1, 4, 7 or 1, 5, 9. I'm going to mark 9. If 10 players hit a century in match 4, how many hit a century in match 1? 10. It should be 5, 10, 0. I'm going to confidently mark 0. The 2 questions that are vague, so I'm going to go over this one more time. I'm getting a little worried. B has scored 3 centuries. 4 other guys have scored 2 centuries each. 8 plus 3, 11. Our total number of centuries should be a multiple of 3, with 3 terms are in AP. 12 or 15. Middle term should be 4 or 5. Match number 3 should be 4 or 5. Yeah, we are good. 0 should work. How many combinations are possible for the number of matches number of players who hit a century in match 1, match 2 and match 3. This is a pain. This could be 4 in the middle. This number could be 0, 1, 2, 3. 5 in the middle, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. And the exact opposite, because that could be 0. We don't know whether it's an increasing GP or an decreasing GP. They should have given a bloody choice as 9. 0, 5, 10, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5. 5, 5, 5 is also possible. 5 plus 6, 11. Okay, this is 9 possibilities here. 0, 4 something, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 7, 4, 8, 4. 9 possibilities here. 0, 5, 2, 10, 5. 11 possibilities here. 9 plus 11, 20 I get. We don't have a 20. None of the players scored more than 1 century in any of the matches. That is understandable. Arithmetic progression should include 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5 also. I'm getting 20, but I'm going to go with 19. I don't know whether I have enough time to have a crack at this. I'll have to, I would have loved to have had a go at this. Let's see, maybe something will fall in place. Let's gamble a little bit. PQR, see, PQRSTU, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. PQR exchange. So at round 1, it would be either 2, 3, 1 or 3, 1, 2. In round 2, he has PQ and S to exchange the same manner. At the end of round 2, none among the ones have the same thing as they begin with. At the end of round 2, let's see, PQ and S. So round 2, S is with 4. So 3, 1, 4. PQS 2, 3, 4 being exchanged. Could be 3, 4, 2. Q should not be 2. Or we exchange 3, 1, 4. 3, 1, 4. P should not be 1. P should become 4. Four, 3, 1. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. 2 possibilities. Q, S and T. What is T having? 5, 5, 5, 5. Round 3. Round 3. I think about Q, S and T. Q, S and T. Q cannot get 2. Q will get 5. So S gets 4. T gets 2. Q cannot get 3. But you can get 1 or 5 both. So 1, 5, 3 or 5, 3, 1 or 5, 1, 3. You can get 5, 3 and 1 are remaining. It cannot be 5, 1, 3. 1, 5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. So this is 3, 5, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 1. Nice. At the end of round 2, which of the following is definitely true? P had number 3 card with him at the end of round 2. No, it would have been 3 or 4. S had number 1 card after round 1. After the second round. After the second round, S could have had 4. R had number 1 card with him after the first round. R could have had 1 or 2. Q had number 3 card with him after round 3. Q had number 3. No. Q number 3 doesn't work. R number 2 doesn't work. S had number 1 after second round. S had number 1 after second round. It would have been 4, 2, 5. P, Q and S. I've done Q, R and S. I've selected this P, Q and S. Yep, I've done that. 3. These two are definitely wrong. S had number 1 after P had number 3 with him after the second round. After the second round, P, Q and S. If P had 4, S had number 1 after the second round. S had 1, P had 4. Saying one of these two doesn't exist. 4, 3, 2, 1 is possible. 3, 4, 1, 2 is also possible. S could have had 1. P could have had 3. Both seem possible. P could have had 3 or 4. S could have had 2 or 1. But there seems to be something sitting here. You had number 3 card after them. It's saying only one of these two is possible. I really don't know which one of these two is possible, which one is wrong. 3, 4, 1 becomes 3, 3, 3. 4, 3, 2, 1 seems possible. 3, 4, 1, 2 seems possible. Nah, not getting this. How many students uniquely determined? Guess this. Why not? There's only one data. We guessed it. Not happy with that section at all. Let's see if we can take revenge on quant. If k is a constant, two lines 4kx plus y equal to 16, 9x plus ky equal to 25 intersect if and only if 4k by 9 equal to 1 by k. 4k by 9 equal to 1 by k. K square is 9 by 4, k is 3 by 2, plus or minus 3 by 2, mod k is mod k is not equal to 1 by 5. A by b not equal to b by c. Why did I go to question number 5? K is a constant. Intersect, if it is equal, it won't intersect. It will be one on top of the other. A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. I'm going to go to question number 1. We'll start from pi. Kamal has 8 pencils, of which no 2 pencils. I'm going to shift this here. Of which no 2 pencils are the same length. How many different arrangements of 2 or more pencils are possible? The pencils are arranged from left to right or right to left in descending order of their heights. 2 or more pencils are possible. So basically he has 8 pencils. 2 or more. So 1 and 0 are out. So 2 power 8 minus 9. 2 power 8 is 256 minus 9 is 247. That's what I'm going for. Effectively select 2 out of these pencils, 2 or more, 8C2, 8C3, 8C4, 8C5, 8C6, 8C7, 8C8, 7 different terms, or from 2 power 8 subtract 2, 8C from 2 power 8 subtract 8C0 and 8C1. 1 and 8. Subtract 9 from 256, 247. That should work. Hopefully that is right. This is cheating me. I did press 4. P is a factor of 19800. P has exactly 3 factors. P is the square of a prime. 19800. 198 into 100. 198 is 18 into 11 into 100. So it is 3 square into 11 into 2 cube into 5 square. 2 square into 5 square is 100. 2 into 3 square is 18, 11. How many squares of primes are possible? 2 square is possible, 3 square is possible, 5 square is possible. 3 different values of P are possible. Square of a prime, 3 square, 5 square, 2 square. So 2 square, 3 square, 5 square add up to 900. So 900 into 18. Yeah, that works. 3 works. I'm happy with 3. The mark price of a racing cycle is double that of a normal cycle. The shop owner had a normal cycle, sold a normal cycle to Ram at 20% above its mark price, and a racing cycle to Sham at 20%, 10% below its mark price. It's a pain in the neck. Mark price, selling price, normal, racing. Mark price is double that of a normal cycle. So this is X, 2X, 1.2 and 1.8. Lovely. Immediately after buying their respective cycles, Ram and Sham decide to exchange cycles, with Ram making the payment to Sham. So the total amount paid by both becomes equal. So 1.2, 1.6, he pays 0.3x. The amount paid by Ram to Sham in this process was dash of the mark price of the normal cycle. Mark price of the normal cycle is X, 30% of X. They should have put a point which is 15%. Some choice should have been there. 2 pipes A and B are attached to an empty water tank. Pipe A is an inlet pipe, pipe B is an outlet pipe. Ratio of the volume poured by pipe A to that drained out by pipe B in equal time is 7:4. If both pipes are open together at 10, the tank becomes fully full at 9 p.m. The tank has a capacity of 11 into 3, which is 33. If only pipe A is opened at 10 a.m. and pipe B is opened after n hours, the tank becomes completely full at 5 p.m. So tank A works from 10 to 5, which is 7 hours. 7 into 7 is 49. So the 16 has to be drained out. 4 per hour, 4 hours it should work. The value of after n hours. So pipe B is open for 4 hours. 4 into 4 is 16. 7 into 7, 49. Minus 16 is 33, which is the capacity. So it is open for 4 hours. So it should be open for 4 hours from 1 p.m. So 3 hours the answer. Lovely. I've already done this. Let's go here. X square minus px minus 27. One root is the square of the other root. So product of the roots is 27. The roots are 3 and 9. 3 plus 9 is 12. Sum of the roots is p. What can be a value of p? It is just the only value of p. Roots are 3 and 9. 3 plus 9 is 12. That is p. It should work. There's something funny here. I'm going to revisit this. I don't want to go in too much of a hurry and mess them up. So product of the roots is minus 27. So one root is minus 3. Other root is 9. So minus 3 and 9. Sum of the roots is 6. Sum of the roots is p. It should be 6, not 12. Product of the roots is c by a. In this case, it's minus 27 and not plus 27. Lovely. Ahuja and Bhargav live in the same apartment and they work in the same office. Ahuja starts for his office from his apartment and travels half of his journey at 20 kilometers per hour and rest at 40. Bhargav, starting at the same time, same place, traveling with the same path, travels half the distance at 20 kilometers per hour, travels the rest of the distance at 40 kilometers per hour. If Bhargav takes 1 hour, 41 minutes and 15 seconds, the time taken by Ahuja, it's a pain. I hate these questions. See, half the distance and half the time. Some time at 20 kilometers per hour, some same time at 40 kilometers per hour. Distance traveled is 20t plus 40t by 2t. Average speed is 30 kilometers per hour. Distance and distance, I know this formula, but I'm still deriving it. Time taken is d by 20 plus d by 40, which is 3d by 40. Total distance traveled is 2d. 2d by into 40 by 3d. 80 by 3 kilometers per hour. Bhargav is traveling at Bhargav travels at 80 by 3. Ahuja travels at 30 average speed. Bhargav takes 1 hour, 41 minutes and 15 seconds. The pain. 1 hour, 41 minutes is 101 minutes and 15 seconds. 101.25. One keep is in minutes. The product of these two should be product of these two. Because the distance is same. 101 into 4 is 405 by 4 into 80 by 3. This is 20. 135 into 20 is 2700. 30 into 405 by 4 into 80 by 3, 135 into 20, 270, 30 into 90 is 2700, 90 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Lovely. The squares are the length of the diagonals of 3 rectangular faces of a cuboid shaped wooden box of negligible thickness are in the ratio 106 is to 169 is to 225. The small area of the smallest face of the cuboid is 90 centimeters square. The total surface area. L square plus B square plus H square, L square plus H square. So that is the diagonals of the 3 faces, 106, 169, 225. 106, 169, 225. Add this 15, 20, 0, 2, 8, 10, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 500. So this difference, does it add up to indeed 500, 275, 500, L square plus B square plus H square is 250. So 144 is H square. L square is 81. B square is 25. So 12, 9 and 5 are the 3 sides. 9, 12 and 5. Smallest face is 90 centimeters square. 106, 169, 225. The ratio should be 5, 9, 12. 5 into 9 is 45. So nice. This is 5 root 2 into 9 root 2. Total surface area in centimeters square. Oh, nice. Brilliant. 5 root 2, 9 root 2, 12 root 2. 5 root 2 into 9 root 2 is 5 into 9, 45 into 2, 90. 9 root 2 and 12 root 2 is 9 into 12, 108 into 2, 216. 5 root 2 to 12 root 2, 120. Add these up. 6, 3, 12, 2, 1, 4, 26. I'm guessing 852, that they are the choices, I'll go for it. There's a wonderful root 2 that is missing. We get the ratio to be, where did we get the ratio? We get the ratio as 12 to 9 to 5. The area would be 45, area becomes 90, so it's 5 root 2, 9 root 2, 12 root 2, 2 LB plus 2 BH plus 2 LH. It should be 852. I don't like question number 8, I'll come back to it if I have time. If each student passed in at least one of the 3 subjects, who have passed in exactly one subject is at least 105, 134, 196, 105, 134, 105, 134, 96. 105, 134, 96. The total is 200. Nice. What does the question say? The number of students who passed in exactly one subject is at least 200 students. If each student passes in at least one of these three, number of students exactly one subject is at least, add all three up, 105 plus 96 plus 134, 140, 230. Sum of all this is 335. Make this as 0. Make this as 0. This is already given to be 0. Minimum outside. So each of these will get counted once each. Each of these will get counted twice when you're adding it up. So these 3 plus these 3 should add up to 200. X plus y is 200. X plus 2y is 335. Subtract one from another, y is 135. X is 65. 135 into 2 is 270. 60. These get added 1, 65, these 3 add up to, these 3 add up to 135. 135 into 2 is 270 plus 65 is 335. Yes, that works, yeah, 65. The area of the closed region bounded by mod of x plus 2 plus mod of y plus 2 equal to 8, but not bounded by mod x plus mod of, I'm not doing this. We'll come back to that. How are we doing on time? Not too good. I thought we had a massive advantage in time. We don't. We need to amp up the speed. I'm getting tired. Two solutions, same salt, have different weights for the same volume. The weight of the first solution is 0.25 gram per cubic centimeter, whereas the second solution is 1.2 gram per cubic centimeter. Nice. If the liter of the mixture of the two solutions weighs 1.01 kilograms, the ratio of the first solution to this, it is 1.09 grams per cubic centimeter. 1000 cubic centimeters a liter, 1000 grams a kilogram. Nice. So 0.25 and 1.2. 0.25 and 1.2 mixed to give 1.01. This is 0.19, this is 0.76. 1:4 should be there in the choices. It is. We rock. A car dealer bought 3 cars and sold each of them at 12.5% profit. With exactly all the sales proceeds of these cars, he bought another 3 cars and sold each of them at a 10% profit. If a dealer makes an overall 91,200 from the profit of 6 cars, average selling price of each car in INR is, okay, so he first sells at 9/8 of whatever he bought, then at 11/10 or 99/80 of his original price. He makes 91,200 is his profit. 19/80 times some number, is 91,200. Should be divisible by 19. So I'm going to knock this off. 476, 152, 8, 4800 into 80. 0, 0, 0. 8, 8 are 64, 4, 6, 32, 384000. So we had 384000 originally. Then you do the average selling price of each car. Selling price. Three cars he sells, 3 more cars he sells. The first 3 cars would be sold at 384,000 into 9 by 8. 384,000 by 8 is 48,000 into 9 by 3. 48,000 into 9 is our total selling price. Then what do? This number into 10 by 9 into 11 by 10 into 9 into 11 by 10. So average selling price of a new one, 4800 into 99, which is 480000 minus 4800. Average price is 4800 into 33, 48,000 into 3. 48,000 into 3, 4800 into 33. No, I need to add everything up and divide by 6. $4,800 into 189 is the total price. Divide by 6. This is 63. 2400 into 63. 2400 into 63. 00. 64 into 4. 252. 25. 126. Should be there. If it's not there, I'm giving up. I'm too tired to worry about this. Yes, finally. x1 is 0, xm plus 1 is xm plus 2m minus 1 for every positive integer m. X100 equal to, let's find this. X0 is, x1 is 0. X2 is x1 plus 3. 2 into 1. X2 is x1 plus 1. X2 is 1, x3 is 4, x4 is 9. Nice, brilliant, 9801 minus 1 the whole square, 99 square. How are we doing on time? Not good, because I've lost some steam. We will crank it back up. A park is a right angle triangle. The longest side of the park is 300 meters. A man can run at a maximum speed of 7.5 meters per second. Start running from the corner opposite to the longest side. What is the corner opposite to the longest side? The minimum time, the longest side is 300. Opposite to the longest. What is the corner opposite to the? 20 into 7.5 is 150. The man can reach from the midpoint of the longest side to its opposite corner. Longest side is 300 meters. Right angle triangle. Man can run, he starts running in the corner opposite to the longest side. The minimum time he takes to reach the longest side is 20 seconds. This is 150, nice. Man can reach from midpoint of the longest side to its opposite corner. in 20 seconds. Isosceles triangle, isosceles right angle triangle. This is 150 root 2, 150 root 2, 300 root 2 plus 300, 300 root 2 plus 300, yes. A sum of 8,000 invested for a year at annual interest 7% compound annually. And a sum of 16,000 invested for a year at an annual interest of 10% compounded semi-annually. Nice. Sum which invested for 1 year at 8% simple interest, same combined 8,000 annual interest compounded annually, 16,000 for a year at an annual interest of 10% compounded semi-annually for 1 year. So 8,000 into 1.07. 16,000 into 1.1025. Same interest. I hate you guys. So 8,000 into 0.07 is 560. 16,000 into 0.1025. 16 5s are 80, 0, 8, 32, 8, 400, 0, 4, 16 into 116. 10% of 1600, 10.25, 1600 plus this, 0, 6 plus 4 is 10, 0, 1, 12, 2, 1, 2, 2, 0, 0. Just to add up, 2,200 rupees is the interest at 8% simple interest. The sum invested for 1 year at 8%. Principal into 8 by 100 is 2200. 2 by 25, 1100 into 25, 005 to 25 plus 2, 27500. 27,500. My intuition about this. This thing goes back. I don't know why it goes back. It just goes back. I think it is 27,500. I'm not really sure about this. I can't be arsed enough to do it again. I'm going to go to the next one. This is the pain. 2x plus 1, x minus 2, x plus 3, x plus half, minus 3 and 2. Minus half, minus 3 and 2. Those are the turning points. Minus half, minus 3 and plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So the number should be either here. Oopsie. Don't do this to me. Greater than or equal to 0, so it should either be here, beginning to get worked up, should either be here or here. No value of x that satisfies the inequality. Minus 3 to minus half, minus 3 less than x less than minus 5 by 6, that has some values. 5 by 2 x less than 5, that has some values. Minus 2 less than x less than minus 3 by 2, minus 2 minus 3 by 2. Yep, this is the answer. Minus 7 less than x less than minus 7 by 2. This is the answer. Minus 2 less than minus 3 by 2 will completely satisfy this. Minus 7 less than minus 7 by 2, that's the answer we're looking for. S1 with side 20 centimeters, S2 is formed by joining the midpoints of S1, third square, midpoints of S2, S1 is to S3, 20. Sitter question, I don't know why we've been handling this. This is 20, it will be 10 root 2. So this first one is 400, second one is 200, third one is 100, infinite GP A by 1 minus R, 400 by 1 minus half, 400 by half, which is 800. Hopefully we have a choice. 400 by half, formed by midpoints of squares, we half the area. Area will be halved. 800. Yep, that should do. It should do rather nicely. Two cars start moving simultaneously from two different points on a straight stretch of road. The two cars meet after 14 hours. They move in the same direction. Meet after 2 hours. They move each other. And so the speeds x plus y by x minus y (7 by 2). Sorry, 14 by 2, 7 by 1. X plus y equals 7x minus 7y, 8y equals 6x, x by y is 4 by 3. Speeds are the ratio 4:3. The percentage value by the slower car, slower than the faster car, 25%. 3 is less than 4 by 25%. Enter your response as an integer. Yep. Veerbal goes to his office on his own motorbike and drives at his usual speed of 45 kilometers per hour. It takes 20 minutes more time to go to his office if he reduces his usual speed by 20%. By 4. 20 minutes more. So if he reduces his speed from x to 4 by 5x, the time will go from t to 5 by 4t. 5 by 4t, the excess is 1 by 4t, or he usually takes 80 minutes, now he takes 100 minutes. He travels at 45 kilometers per hour, 85 minutes. So 80 minutes he takes at 45 kilometers per hour. 80 minutes is 4 by 3. 45 into 4 by 3 is distance is 60 kilometers. You got all that? I don't know what the question is asking. One day he covers half the distance to the office in 3/5 his usual time to reach the office. Half of the distance is 30 kilometers. Usual time is 80 minutes. 3/5 of that is 48 minutes. So he travels 30 kilometers in 3/5 of 80, 48 minutes. Then he waits for 7 minutes. 55 minutes go by. Then stops for 7 minutes. He takes 80 minutes totally. So 55 go by. He has to finish in 25 minutes. He travels this 30 kilometers in 25 minutes. Speed is 30 by 25 by 60. 30 into 25 by 60. This is 12 by 5. 6 into 12, 72 kilometers per hour. Lovely. I think we're doing all right on speed. Find the number of 8-digit numbers which remain the same on reversing the order of digits. Number of 8-digit numbers which remain the same on reversing the order of digits. It's a pain, right? 8-digit numbers. And so they remain the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is A, this is A, this is B, this is B, C, C, D, D. 10 choices for this, 10 for this, 10 for this, 9 for this. 9 into 10 cube, let me see if there's a choice there. Seems too easy, so I have lots of time, right? So I'm going to see. It would be nice if they could take a little bit of the time and give it to me for LRDI. Screw it. Find the number of 8-digit numbers which remain the same. So it is A, B, C, D, D, C, B, A. This digit should be that, that should be that, that should be that, it should be this. 9 into 10 cube. I'm tired as well, so I'm going to go for it. If I had, maybe question number 20 we'll come back to. Average value of 4 integers is 6.5, adds up to 26. We take all possible values of these 4 integers and calculate the sum of the squares of the difference of each pair. If we take all possible pairs of these 4 integers and calculate the sum of the squares of the differences of each pair, the minimum value of the sum will be nice. A, B, C, D add up to 26. 4 integers add up to 26. We take possible pairs of these 4 integers, calculate the sum of the squares of the difference of each pair, and the minimum value will be, nice. What will I choose? I'll choose 6, 6, 7, 7. All 4 cannot be same. So we'll choose 2 to be same, 2 to be different. I mean 2 pairs, 6, 6, 7, 7 will work. The maximum difference is 1. A and B difference is 0. A comma C is 1, A comma D is 1, BC is 1, BD is 1, CD is 0. Square these, 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square is 4. Once again, I'm tired, so I'm just banking this. Best scenario would be to keep them as close to each other as possible. When we take the difference and then square them. Any difference becomes 2, we are dead. So we need to have maximum difference of 1. Numbers adding up to 26, 6, 6, 7, 7, we're good to go. Let's go to the next slide. Triangle ABC is a scalene triangle with BC being the longest side. P is a point on BC such that PC is to BC is 1 is to 3. Do this. BC, PC is to BC is 1 is to 3. The difference between the areas of ABP and APC, ABP and APC, the difference is 18. Difference is 18, that means this should be 18, this should be 36. Area overall should be 54. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. When ABP and APC, the height is the same, ratio of the bases. 1 is to 2, PC is to BC is 1 is to 3. This is 1, this should be 2. The difference is 18. That means this is 18, this is 36. Overall is 54. We're good to go. Mod x plus 2 plus mod y plus 2 is 8, but not bound by the region. Mod x plus mod y is equal to 4. Nice, let's do this. Mod x plus mod y equal to 4. 4, 0, minus 4, 0, 0, minus 4, 0, 4. Modulus of x plus 2 plus modulus of y plus 2. Minus 2, minus 2. I locate that. Minus 2, minus 2. Around that, eight, 8, 6, 0, minus 6, 0, like this. Shape like this, around minus 2, minus 2, draw this. So this will be 6, 0. This will be no, it will be 6, sorry, it should be 6, 2, 6, minus 2. Will this entire square be constructed inside that entire square? That's literally the question. I think it will be. I know I'm tired. I don't want to give up in the middle. 6, minus 2. We go hit at 4, 0. Yeah. 4, 0 will work. Yeah, this will sit like this. This entire square will sit inside square. This square is 8 root 2. This is 4 root 2. 8 root 2 into 8 root 2 is 128. 4 root 2 into 4 root 2 is 32. 16 into 2, 64 into 2. 48 into 2 should be 96. If I have a 96 here, I'm taking my chances. Yeah. I can't be, I don't think I have the energy in me to go over this and check for answers and all that. My guess is a couple of these questions are wrong. I don't remember what question number I scribbled on to myself. I think it is question number 10. Yeah, 10 is what we have had a go. This we got the ratio as 5, 9, 12 or something like that. And that worked out rather well. I'm sure I've made a couple of mistakes somewhere. I hope I've saved all the answers. Green means answer. So I guess we are done. I feel really bad. The real big peeve for me was the addition mistake in that LRDI set, which was rather good, which was rather fantastic. But I made an addition mistake, good set, because if I had got that right in time, that teacher distributing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was waiting to be taken. I know I made some mistake there, I was waiting to be taken. So super peeve, I haven't missing that out. Nick, this toggling thing was a pain. So I'm really unhappy with the toggling thing. I'm not going to attempt any more questions. That gave me 5 more minutes for LRDI. I'm taking that. Given that that's not happening, I'm going to sign off and say, look, if a couple of questions are wrong, a couple of questions are wrong. I'll tell myself that in an exam context, serious thing, I would have been more careful with the numbers than just taking chances and just punting at them. I did take some chances here. Like, they couldn't be asked to verify some of those numbers. They said, look, check it. I'm putting it at 16. I'm putting it at 8. Instead of writing it down formally and simplifying it. So I took a bunch of chances, mostly due to fatigue. So I'm happy that there's some time remaining. Maybe 3 minutes were there when I finish it. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to take in time and not wasted the time. It would have been nicer still if the paper had been slightly tougher. No point having time at the end. You're just wasting what value you can get. LRDI, that one set is a peeve. And in verbal, couple of those para summaries maybe I could have had a shot at. I think my verbal error rate is going to be an issue. My quant error rate is going to be fatigue, but I'm not going to be too peeved with that. But the real issue I will feel like properly bad about is that letting that one LRDI set. Add everything up, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, you get 3 at a time. You get remaining 2 at a time. Get each of those values, break it up. The ratios are beautiful, wonderful. So there's this multiple of 73, multiple of 89. It just falls in place. It was just waiting to be taken. Man, I'm going to tell myself that if I had a pen and paper, I would have got this right. This toggling and adding and subtracting is a pain in the neck. So next time maybe we'll do the writing thing to see how that works out and not this toggling thing. Anyway, if I feel like if I got that in the first go, then I had slightly more time for the PQ, RST, TU. Because by the time I wrote down round 1, round 2, round 3, my systems meant nothing. Right? I'm going to switch over to the chat window to see if there is anything at all reasonable in chat. Whether I'm answering something. I don't know whether you guys are we will have a bunch of questions. We will have some time for discussing something. Yeah, I will show the score. Once we submit it, whatever it comes out as that. I had time. I had fun. So once again, many thanks to the whole team. I think Akib and Ram and Sriram and Jatin, they really made sure that this one went fine. And really, Hemang and Tony, many thanks to you guys as well. This is okay. This is what was answered and what was not answered. That's not great. Does not say much. I took some chances here. That's all right. See what happens. I don't know what happened now. Did I not submit the paper? Don't tell me. Click OK to view the scorecard. I have put OK, right? So it should come for the scorecard. What does this mean? I don't know what this means, so I'm going to take help from one of these guys. I don't know how this scorecard is seen. Okay, I have to wait. Okay, I will wait. I'm assuming it processing something the back end. I hope I have clicked it. When I click, it goes back to the screen. I don't have a mouse either. It will take 2 minutes. Okay, I'll wait. Oh, I need to refresh this. I need to refresh this page. Should I be refreshing this page? I don't have a refresh thing here. Huh? Should I put marker?
Okay and refresh.
I did okay, but I should do a refresh with F5, is it? I click okay. Should I refresh this? Yeah, it's refreshing. But it goes off again. It'll come. So many people are telling me it'll take 2 minutes. The other page, I need to refresh the other page. Lovely, got this. Okay. Nice, got the screen. Rather disappointed with this. I'm all right with this. This I expected. This was rather nice. There's nothing wrong with this. I got stuck here, and I think if I got a little bit more luck, I could have had some more run here, a better run here. Those 4 questions were cruel. The others I should have got 4 more questions here. I'd have been happier with that. It'll probably take some time to discuss it, digest this. Anytime I'm super peeved with this. I think I took several chances. And it looks like I've made several mistakes. I'll have to go back to this and discuss, see how this works out. This is all right. I thought all of them were right. I thought 10 questions were right. 1 was a punt. But turns out a couple of questions are wrong here. I have to look at this again. This is all right. The quant is fine. Lovely. I would have been happier with more marks here, but I'm really peeved with this bubble. Go to Analytics tab. Do I have an Analytics tab here? This is the Analytics tab, right? I am on Analytics tab, yeah. This number is rather poor. I think I need to work on my verbal to make sure that I don't make embarrassing errors. I'm getting a phone call. This doesn't happen, so I'm going to take this one. Sorry, I think it was Jatin. He's cut the phone. I think he thought I was out of the session. Lovely, guys. Lovely. Go again to test. I don't know this UI. Let me see, how do I go to test? Obviously, this is someone else's ID. That doesn't help me much. Upgrades. First paragraph, I got a couple wrong. Second paragraph, I got first passage, 4 questions, 2 right, 2 wrong, 1 right, 3 wrong, 3 right, 1 wrong. The passage which I thought was rather tricky, I seem to have done all right on. So I need to revisit this. I think I'll have to go through this to figure that out. It's going to take some time.
Full length mocks and
Sorry?
test, under test, there'll be full length mocks, left hand side.
Yeah. Do I need to check something out there?
You can see the performance for all the questions.
Sorry. Where do I see? Here.
Full length mocks.
Okay.
Proctored SimCAT 23. Proctored SimCAT.
This one?
First one. And then SimCAT.
To do what? What do I need to do here?
You can check out the questions.
Questions and solutions. Yeah. No, I don't think I have the energy to do that. So let it be there in the background. I'm sure you guys can go through that, take that. Many thanks for this. Many thanks for saying how to go through this. score improvement from left side menu, which is on some other screen. Some of you are saying you should look for score improvement. Yeah, it's going to be done. Let's have a look. I'm presuming it's running this. Let's see the score improvement thing. Several of you seem to be saying score improvement. Nice test, which is nice. It was between 2 and 3. Yeah, this is all right. Let's look at this. Planning implies knowledge management to enable better decision making and economic efficiency. Okay, do this. Textbooks. Still not happy with that. Okay. 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 I'm not going to do this. I think I will do this in my own time. I don't think that's a super meaningful thing. The VRC section was indeed tough. In hindsight, also until time. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just being asked to go back to the original screen and go back here and do this. Yeah. I think I'm just going to close a bunch of windows. It doesn't work for me. My brain gets messed up. I don't even know what this is. So I'm going to take more time on my verbal, prepare for that. I'm going to speak and have a couple of sessions with Jatin perhaps to say what mistakes am I making in this. Probably he can drill it down and tell me what I should be careful about. A bunch of choices were close. I'm going to tell myself that all my 50-50s went the other way. Otherwise it would have been a rock star percentile. We'll live with that. Overall difficulty level for this mock. I think the quant and LRDI were spot on level of difficulty. I thought the quant was slightly on the simpler side. I've never managed to finish quant and have time to spare in a long time. So I did have that, and I probably slowed down a little bit towards the end because I knew I had time to kill. So I've never really had the luxury of having time to kill in a quant paper. Therefore, it was a little slow. Right? LRDI was just the right level of difficulty. Another day, I'm very happily nailing that 6-question set, and therefore not being rushed for the other 2. So I could have got 2-3 more questions correct in LRDI, not more than that. I don't think I had it in me to attempt all 4 sets. 3 sets, but maybe only 1 or 2 wrong would have been my best case scenario. I think I selected the right puzzle to go with, but the addition goof up really killed me. Verbal, I'm usually not this all over the place in verbal. I think I need to amp up my verbal. I need to go revisit it and figure this out. But there are a bunch of things where I was not confident but still taking punts. Maybe in the exam I should be more prudent. Say, look, I don't get this, I'll leave this question. I'll need to reduce my error rate and attempt rate. But I didn't feel like I had a handle on verbal. LRDA, if I'd had the puzzle, I would have had a handle on LRDA. So overall, I would say the VRC here was too many choices were too close to too annoying. I think the actual CAT will be slightly simpler than this. LRDA was above par, not too easy, not too difficult. Quant was slightly on the easier side compared to the actual exam. Lovely. A little about how to analyze VRC and QA effectively. For QA, it's very simple. You get some question wrong, and then you say, hey, some question is wrong. Just look at what question you got wrong. I think that should be here in one of these screens. Probably has that score analyzer or whatever was there. Go there, and then the way I would go about it, go here and something that is wrong, look at that and see what mistake we did, and then take it from there. 494, just into 2. left to right and right to left. So ascending or descending, I didn't even see left to right or right to left, descending order of their height. So this way or this way, I didn't take that into account. So it means 4247 into 2. Any other day, I'm still probably making this mistake. So probably a good wake-up call. I'm saying, look, I need to be careful about plus or minus integers, this side or that side, left to right, right to left, read questions carefully, all of that. But I'm still making this mistake. And so you look at quant, see what you got wrong, see the answer, see if what mistake you've made, proceed. For verbal, it's super important to know whether it's your 1 in 2s that are going wrong or you're getting the passage completely out of whack. If it's 1 in 2s, there's still room for tweaking, for getting better, where you say, look, I'll go through the solution and then I'll see if I can correct my approach next time around. But if you're shortened it to between B and C and the right answer turns out to be D, then you're not in the ballpark. Then you need to be very careful about selecting the right passages. Selecting passages is not easy at all. If you look at this paper, I think I left out one passage and attacked 2 others. The one I left out is the one which I got 3 out of 4 right, and I came back to it. So my question selection in VRC been rather poor. For LRDI, we see where I'm getting stuff wrong. Double the numbers to show answer. Number of plays with a century in match 3 is double the number of plays with a century in match 1. That is 1, 3, 2, 2, 4, 6. Or 18. Let me just see what mistake I've made. 3 centuries, 5 other players. I thought it was 5 players. 5 players played exactly 5 matches. I took it as 5 totally. Okay. So this is a rather serious mistake I've made. So my answers were shifting between 12 and 15. Their answers are toggling between 15 and 18 for the overall total. So this is a cruel mistake. I should have been careful with this. Otherwise, the data interpretation score would have been decent. For verbal ability, it's trickier because you always tend to think that, I chose between B and C. You must have a mechanism where you say, these are my last 2 choices, and then I narrow it down. These are my last 2 choices, and then I narrow it down. So you've got to be careful about how you narrow down after those last 2 choices. So super important. So that mechanism of evaluating errors is super important. Is it a 1 in 2 that's gone wrong, or is it something else that is out of whack completely? Right. Is there a 1-month maths course for CAT 2022 at 2 IIM? There is a percent arithmetic course. So if you're starting your preparation or you're unsure about your maths, you should double down on arithmetic. And that's the place to go for. 2 IIM for CAT 2023 is worth joining. You're asking me, what am I going to say? Definitely yes. Definitely yes. LRDA is weak. This is Raghav Bangur. If LRDA is weak, start from previous year questions. Those are the best questions. Attack them first, get a handle on them, and then build from there. The previous year questions are by far the best sets in LRDA. A year down student got 58% in graduation preparing for CAT. Can I fit in IIM criteria? See, the top 3 are going to be insanely tough. Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta are insanely tough. If you got 58% in your undergraduation, that's not going to matter with Bangalore or Calcutta. Both of them have said, look, we don't care about UG. If it is in class 10 or class 12, it is going to be a serious thing. And then ABC become tough. The others you'll have to fight for. Thanks for braving this, indeed. It's the braving it part was the crucial thing. I don't think the performance part is that relevant. It's tiring. And it's like a bunch of eyes on you all the time. So every mistake I make is amplified. I'll live. I'll be disappointed with this. I don't think I've ever been satisfied with the score after any mock. So I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be saying, how did I miss that one on LRDA? How did I select so many passages incorrectly in VRC? That's going to happen, but I'll get over it. I've written several things, I'll get over it. Last year, LRDA sets without timer. LRDA sets pace yourself, but with timer should come only in the context of question selection. Individual questions with timer, it just messes your mind. You have to select better questions. That's the key part. Not really solve them quicker. That will happen automatically. Biba was saying, getting low marks in quant, improve your question selection, narrow down your questions, amp up your accuracy. Got to say, I'm not getting anything wrong. Do slowly, get that right, and then build from there. My scores are very low. Spike gaming, what do? Narrow down your focus. I focus completely on accuracy. Say, look, in quant, I'm going to do arithmetic. In LRDI, I'm going to do one set. In verbal, I'm going to do one passage and 4 questions. You have to say 7 questions, everything right in verbal, 5 questions, everything right in quant, 6 questions, everything right in, 5 questions, everything right in LRDI, 6, everything right in quant. So, anchor around 18 questions, everything right. That takes you to 50 plus. And then you will find a path opening up to 70 and 80. And so, error rate is the biggest killer. Like you see my verbal performance. It's a nightmare, right? It's a complete mess. Because I spent an inordinate amount of time in reading and not getting it right. I would have been much better off if I had doubled down on 3 passages, gotten 10 out of the 12 right, and left 1 passage, and nailed the VA part of it. Turns out I was just taking chance after chance after chance without processing it clearly enough. That doesn't work. Is taking 1 mock from today onwards, 1 mock per day. I'm not really sure that that is a relevant metric, relevant thing that you should do, because mocks are tiring. I can tell you that. So mocks are definitely super tiring. So, am I holding down the control key? So talking on the topic of mocks, so there is a mock we have tomorrow. So have a crack at that. It's an all India mock, which is free. You have to click sign up and take the exam. So have a crack at that. So super fun mock. Obviously, it doesn't come with the live streaming, live solving type of thing, but it should be fun. So if you have the, definitely create the bandwidth. On mocks, is there a mechanism to do? Should I be doing 1 mock per day? Definitely not. 2 per week is recommended. 3 per week if you want to push yourself. 1 per day, you get too tired. I'm I'm gone. Now I need to take some rest, and my body won't respond to rest now. I'll be like, my adrenaline will be higher now, so I can't just go and sleep. So I'll have to wind down in some form, pick up a novel, read, write something, scribble something, poke around on some weird social media junk website. So something like that will happen because your energy levels get higher. If you take a 2-hour mock, it's a 3-hour ride minimum. To analyze that is a 3-hour ride minimum, and it's properly intense. You can't do 6 hours of intense work every day, day after day. No chance. 3 per week is maximum. 2 per week is doable. How should I revise quant in the last month? Focus enormously on arithmetic and taking your ideas to the top of your head rather than learning newer and newer fundas. And so that's the most important thing for quant. There's one other question on LRDI. Focus on question selection. Focus on bouncing back. So I was rather happy with myself. When I added all the numbers, they didn't add up. So I was down 10 minutes in an LRDI section, having thrown in a lot of effort into cracking a thing. I'm right in the middle of nowhere because I'm tired and pissed, and my answers are all wrong. And so sometimes in LRDI stuff goes wrong, you have to bounce back and say, hey, I'll still hang it there, fight back and get it right. That is super important for LRDI. I'm not able to get geometry, what should I do now? This is from Rahul Nabera, dump geometry. Don't get geometry, dump it, no point hanging on to it. How to increase focus and retention power, spike gaming? You tell me, I haven't managed it in my years of trying. Kidding, the working in spurts really helps. So saying 20 minutes, no distraction, 25 minutes, no distraction, 40 minutes, no distraction, and then build your resilience over time. That really helps. On VARC, read slower and keep bouncing back even if a couple of exams don't go your way. Ansh Gupta, 80s to 90s bandwidth in 2 mock. That's excellent. That's excellent. How do I take this up to 110 plus? Oh, it will naturally happen, Ansh Gupta. Usually all the mocks, almost of all providers, are slightly tougher than CAT. On the CAT day, if you amp up your energy, amp down all this ambient anxiety, it should work. It should fall in place better. $60 to $70 mark, can I improve up to Upasana Mukhopadhyay? Oh, definitely. 60 to 70 going to 90, definitely possible. Definitely possible. I think in our office, Pranav is on that journey, where he's now confident of a 70, 72, 71, and he somehow wants to amp it up to 90. It's tougher. 30 to 50 is easy. 50 to 70 is doable. 70 to 90 is tougher. Very much possible. Series of tweaks, amping up intensity. The blue sky, your best case scenario is your best verbal plus best LRDI plus best font. And then you analyze and say, I shouldn't have made these 3 silly errors. And that's your potential. You can get very much possible. How to avoid fatigue in a mock? It's inevitable. You stretch, you move, you look into middle distance, you switch off for 10 seconds and come back, you do some physical thing, take a deep breath and then say, okay, here I go again. You can con your brain into killing fatigue once in an hour, not frequently, not too many times, but once you do, you're good. Modal change, scoring 20s and 30s, how can I reach 70 to 80 marks? Your intermediary target is 40 to 50. 0 errors in quant and LRDI, very few errors in VARC. 7 questions, 7 questions, 7 questions. Attack that. 7 everything right, 7 everything correct, 7 everything correct, or 6, 6, 6. If you're able to pull it off, 6, 6, 6 with everything correct, that's 54 marks. You look at it and you see that 54 mark and you've not seen it till then. You feel like, oh, now I've got this. I just need to dial down my errors. Ye to main kar sakta hu. So shift your attempt chasing thing to accuracy chasing thing. It does wonders. I've only completed arrangements in DILR. What else topic is important? Forget topic wise LRDI, 2 previous year questions. Turn up and keep your bits with you. This topic wise thing is something that we guys have created. By we, I mean the 2 IIMs and IMSs and times of the world. People want structure. Say, look, I want to cover arrangement puzzle. I want to cover tournament puzzle. So we give it to them. Doing 2 tournament puzzles does not make you better equipped for the 3rd tournament puzzle. Doesn't. The tournament puzzle we did today is not on a template. It's just like any other puzzle. So there is no structured Bhayankar learning to LRDI. The basics are important, but then 2 previous year puzzle, that's a big thing. Aditya Mehta, 80 to 100, your natural progression will take. Your natural progression will take you from 80 to 100. Don't worry. From here, keep tweaking, keep at it, keep taking mocks, keep rejigging, keep revising, but your natural progression will take you from 80 to 100. I'm scoring 56 percentile right now. Ankur Panda is 99 percentile possible. 56 to 99 is a big jump. Ankur Panda, you should say, look, I'm going to get to a consistent 85, then to a consistent 92, 93, then see where it takes me. Definitely possible. But look, I can obviously say, Jovi Pochana, everything is possible. Yes, is possible. Sometimes, every time I say, hey, this is possible. Can I go to IIM Bangalore? Yes, possible. Are my chances even somewhat present for NITI? Yes. I can't say no to any of that, right? But I feel like I don't want to be sitting here and giving Bhayankar freedom. 99 percentile is tough. I know you guys want to hear it's possible. My big part of my brain says, it is possible. Why are you hedging? And so, but this is still a competitive exam. I know you guys need the optimism to go with you, and that's super important. But every time I say it is possible, it's with a bunch of caveats. And 99 percentile is a big target. You don't have to peg yourself at, look, 99 or bust. When we guys were taking this exam, there were only 6 colleges. Now there are 60 that are good. So don't load on that extra pressure because of, and change the dynamic of the exam, not required. Justin Judge, how to keep calm in DILR, super important. Take deep breaths, take a 5-second breather between set 1 and set 2. Pause before you jump in. Don't attempt in a frenzy. And bounce back well. Say, this went back, but fight mar raha hu main, to isko nahi choduga. Fight back and bounce back after that. Daily study hours for remaining 40 days against spike gaming. If you're a morning person, morning. If you're an evening person, evening. If you're a weekend person, weekend. That depends on style, really. Wandering around 80 to 85 percentile, Tariq Mohammed, what should I do? Any suggestions? Amp up intensity, work on error rate, take as many mocks as possible. Your mock progression will naturally amp your score up. Right? I'm going to wind down sometime about now, because I think we've done a bunch of discussions. It's lovely to be able to do this. It's a wonderful All India free mock that's happening tomorrow, anytime. Just go to 2im.com, sign up, and have a crack at this. And so the questions are good. I've had a good crack at some of those questions. I rather enjoyed myself. So it's a good, fun exercise. Oops, I don't know why my screen keeps going away. The questions are fun. So lovely, pleasant mock. I've seen that. Enjoy yourself, and you'll obviously get some scorecard and saying these are the questions that were there, some discussion with video solutions, all of that. And so definitely do try that. Take plenty of mocks. Keep your wits with you. Have a big smile on your face when you're trying mocks or the actual exam. Fight back. This hinges as much on bounce back ability as much as on skill or IQ. So make sure that you're temperamentally sound. Easier said than done, but still possible. Not feeling very confident at this moment. Several people go through that. Not having the confidence in this moment. You have to go into a cocoon when you're preparing, not be listening to everybody's advice all the time. Doesn't help. Have your plan. The last 40-45 days is about how you can carve out a customized plan for yourself. What works for me need not work for you. What works for the goose doesn't work for the gander. So don't carve out a plan that runs off some template. You tell yourself, look, I'm good at arithmetic, I'm good at RC, I'm not that good at this paragraph summary thing, I'm good at one type of LR puzzles. I know that if I throw in my best in 3, I can get to an 85 mark. It's a brilliant score. I'll take it from there. And this is my plan to get to that 85. The more than the plan, it being my plan is the most important thing. So carve out your style, your template, your strategy. Super important. Other than previous year papers, what would be the good source for DLR preparation? The 2IM question bank is rather good. The previous year papers are brilliant. So I would start with that. With 45 days remaining, I'll probably start with that and end with that. There isn't much more time left. Can we take our stationery during the CAT exam? No, because they'll take it out and they'll give something. What to do in breaks? Take rest. Watch some pleasant TV. Read. If your breaks can be around reading, that'll be brilliant. Wonderful, folks. Lovely time. Once again, many thanks to Team 2IM. Very happy that we managed to pull this off. And many thanks to Team IMS as well. They've been wonderful collaborators. I quite enjoy talking to them. So hat tip to Hemang and Tony. We will do one more of these, exactly like give or take 3 weeks from now, either on a Friday or a Saturday. That we'll do on our on the IMS YouTube channel. So looking forward to seeing all of you, or most of you, there once again, and then having another crack at this. Wonderful, folks. Ciao.